Good morning, grade 3. I hope you guys are doing well and you're spending this lockdown session while doing something productive. Well, guys, as you know very well, that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. So, keeping an eye on today, we are going to start our online lecture number 7, and the topic name is water and irrigation. Well, let me tell you one thing that this is going to be your second lecture of the same topic, and this is going to be your last lecture of water and irrigation. Well, grade 3, before we start our today's lecture, let's talk about moral improvement. Guys, as you know that I have started the chain lecture series to bring change in our society. What is the purpose to deliver moral improvement before starting off every social studies lecture? Guys, purpose is only to bring change in society, to bring change in your behaviors. Because guys, we cannot do everything for everyone, but at least someone can do something for someone. I believed in this, philosophy that we cannot change the entire world, but at least we can change the life of someone. Well, guys, let's talk about moral values. Guys, values are extremely important for everyone, When you have your moral values guiding your path, you get saved beyond from darkness. Guys, life is a mixture of lots of experiences, journeys, failures, and you can say, darkness, achievement, and, lots more things. Well, guys, when someone has moral values steering in or her actions, life becomes easy and happy story. Well, today we'll talk about how you guys can reach to those people who are around you. Well, grade 3, here comes my favorite topic ethics. Well, let me know one thing that is there any family in your neighborhood that you haven't seen in a while? Or a new student in your class, school, or area which is a stranger for you? A Muslim who is fasting for the first time. Guys, any elderly family who can get to the mosque, why not take a few minutes to make a phone call or drop a visit to those people? Guys, your moral lesson is invite someone to your dinner or iftari because the smallest gesture of kindness can make a huge difference in someone's life. Guys, remember one thing that the greatest gift to your community would be when we contribute to making lives better. At the end of this session, I would like to say that may Allah guide all of us upon the right path of faith and help us to be filled with pity, patience, humanity, and kindness. Well, I hope so. You got my point that why I'm delivering this lecture, like how you can reach around those people who are next to you. Guys, invite someone to your iftari or dinner. This is the, you can say, the basic object of this moral improvement session. Well, I'll see you in your next moral lecture. Take care till then, and thank you so much. Let's start our lecture number 7. In our previous lecture, guys, we have discussed, water and its uses. We have also discussed about, water sources, about, irrigation system in Pakistan. We have also talked about some ancient and some modern, ways of irrigation. Guys, I have told you that Pakistan is a blessed country with many natural resources, such as minerals, forests, sunlight, land, water, and many more. Guys, all these resources are useful for mankind. Water is one of the most important natural resource. Guys, water is necessary for human life, for not only for human life, for the life of all living things. Well, guys, I have told you that we use water for drinking, for domestic purposes, for industries, and for irrigation. Well, let's talk about that. What is the ultimate source of water in our country? Well, guys, the ultimate source of water is ocean, and other sources are river, lakes, streams, and ponds. Guys, I have told you that agriculture is the backbone of our economy, or Pakistan is an agricultural country. Guys, here in Pakistan, agriculture depends on irrigation because Pakistan is a dry country and it receives little, very little rain. And guys, irrigation is, you can say that, man-made supply of water to grow crops. You can also say that irrigation is an artificial manner or way to supply water to your crops. Whenever you get, small rainfall, or you can say no rain in your area, so how you will provide water to your crops? You will use any artificial manner, right? Maybe you will dig out any well, maybe you use tube well or any other thing to supply water to your crops, because crops are living things and they need water. All the plants are living things, they need water. So how you will provide water to your plants and crops when you do not have enough rainfall? Definitely you will use any artificial way. So that specific artificial way or manner is called irrigation. So, in our today's lecture, guys, we are going to talk about river system in Pakistan, which is on page number 20 or 21. Guys, we'll also talk about, means of irrigation in Pakistan. So, fasten your seat belts because we are going to talk about river system and means of irrigation in Pakistan. Grade 3, let's discuss about, water sources in Pakistan. Well, guys, which is a natural source of water? And natural source of water is rain. Guys, the sources from which water is available to supply for water schemes is called, water source. Guys, if you talk about water sources in Pakistan, these are, if you talk about natural, these are, rivers and, rain. Guys, the rainwater flows into the rivers and the places near the rivers are directly irrigated by river water. But those places, which do not receive enough rainfall, what they do? Definitely they're going to find the way to supply water. And this artificial, supply of the water and way of, supplying water is called irrigation. Because Punjab is an agricultural province and we all have seen different ways to supply water to our crops. I have seen even in my village, tube well and different ways. I'm very sure about it. You have seen many of these things in your villages as well. Guys, if you talk about a river system, Pakistan has, one of the largest river system in Punjab, and Punjab is also called the land of five rivers. Panj mean five, Ab mean waters. Guys, River Indus and its tributaries are the main sources of water supply in Pakistan. If we talk about the tributaries of River Indus, they are, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, and Satluj. Well, guys, Pakistan's main rivers, start in the highlands of Himalayas and Karakoram and Hindu Kush mountain ranges. Guys, these rivers mix one by one into another, and they at last, they all enter into the river Indus. Basically, main river in Pakistan is a river Indus, and other all, rivers such as Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj. These are the tributaries. Tributaries mean branches of river Indus. If we talk about, famous rivers of Pakistan, we have many rivers like Kabul River, we have, River Gomal. Many rivers are in Pakistan, which are very famous and supplying water to our crops. Well, guys, the specific we have, the river Indus is the main river and the other rivers are called the tributaries of river Indus. Well, grade 3, let's discuss a bit more about rivers in Pakistan. Guys, the word Punjab means land of five rivers, and these five rivers are, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj, and Beas. Guys, all of these rivers flow into the river Indus, and river Indus supports many heavy industries in Pakistan and also providing, lots of water for irrigation purpose. Guys, in our next slide, we are going to talk about irrigation. Guys, you know what, that a number of dams and canals have been developed over these rivers for irrigation purpose. Irrigation means that artificial supply of water. Guys, we also use, these rivers for generation of electricity. Guys, some areas do not have direct access of the water. So what they do, they're gonna do something. They use artificial means of irrigation, and today we are going to talk about these artificial means of irrigation. So firstly, we are going to talk about canal. Guys, canals are also called the artificial means, which give us water for planting purpose. Guys, canals are the most common means of irrigation, and they are taken out from the rivers to irrigate the fields. Pakistan has one of the largest irrigation system and canal system in the world. Guys, there are almost major 57 canals irrigating the lands of Pakistan. Well, grade 3, I'm going to add a clip in this lecture which will let us know more about canal irrigation. So here we go. Well, grade 3, I just added this original clip of a village for your better understanding that how villagers and our farmers supplying water when they are not getting water in a natural source. So they are using some artificial manners, and these manners are called as I told you, these manners are called irrigation. Guys, in this video you can see that they have stored water over there, and now this water is going to get to the fields through our pipelines and through a canal. Guys, in this system water is not pumped up but flows through canals and is distributed by gravity from high to lower areas. Guys, this is a good way to get water to a smaller fields, and you can also say that canal water can act like a free fertilizer, and the quality of the water is generally very good. You can see in this video as well. I'm going to put the volume high for you. Let's talk about irrigation through dams. Guys, dams are huge water retaining structures, and you can also say that these are used to store water. Guys, during the season of low rainfall, the storage water can be used for irrigation purpose, can also be used for agriculture. Guys, in addition for helping farmers, dams helped prevent loss of life and property which is caused by flooding. Guys, you can also say that dams store and divert water for other uses as well. Dams are built on the rivers to store water for irrigation and power generating purpose. The major dams of Pakistan are Tarbela, Mangla, and the Tarbela Dam is called the largest dam of Pakistan. Well, grade 3, as I told you that dams are built on rivers to store water for irrigation purpose. Guys, we also build dam for generating power. Well, in our next video clip, I'm going to show you that how dams are helpful in irrigation purpose. So are you ready to watch a video? Here we go. 3, I'm just showing you very rare video of a dam, and you can see that the small canals are digged out near the near this dam, and these canals are basically providing water to the you can say fields. So you can see that water is flowing in these canals, and you can see that these canals are providing water to crops. In your next further more view, you can see this by yourself. Guys, dams are built on rivers to store water for irrigation and for generating power purpose. In the further more view, you can see this by yourself. Look at this. Look at these canals. These canals are providing water to fields. Can you see the fields over there in this video? So guys, this all from here. Well, grade 3, as I told you before that dams are built on rivers to store water as well as for generating power. In the video which I have shown you a while ago, you have seen this by yourself that dams store water, and later on this water is used for irrigation purpose and for generating power. So in our next slide, we are going to talk about irrigation through wells or tube wells. Well guys, rainwater is collected into the rocks underground, and wells are digged deep into the grounds to get this water for irrigation purpose. Guys, a large number of wells have been dug in different provinces of Pakistan. Many of you have seen definitely tube wells, guys. Tube wells are the modern forms of wells, and they are also operated by diesel engines or electric motors. Guys, water can be drawn out from the great depth with the help of these tube wells, and tube wells are also one of the, you can say, the most convenient, and you can say that most commonly used of irrigation in Pakistan. So guys, in our next video clip, I am going to show you that how tube well is providing water for irrigation purpose. So here we go. Okay guys, the video which I'm going to show you, you guys will see the real graphics of tube well. And many of you have seen, I'm very sure about it, in your villages as well, because Punjab is an agriculture province, and I'm very sure about it that you have seen in your villages as well. So here we go. Guys, you're going to see tube well. Yes, you can see that this is operated by diesel engine or electric motors. Water can be drawn out from the great depth with the help of tube well. Can you see that we are getting a groundwater through this tube well, and now this tube well is providing water to the crops. In the furthermore, you can see this by yourself that how water is going through all this purpose, and you can see that this water is going to in the fields. Check this out guys. Isn't it amazing to see the real video of a tube well and how tube well is providing water to the crops? You can see the fields over there, and through this channel, water is going to into the fields. Well, grade 3, furthermore, you're going to check it out that how water is making its way towards the, your fields. You can see that this is the original video of our village. You can see that how this water is going to, get to all the fields. So this is called artificial manner of supplying water, right? You can see that. Check it out. Guys, this is how we are supplying water to our crops when we do not get enough rainfall. As I told you that this is going to be your last lecture of water and irrigation, so you will not get a chance to get a recap of this lecture in your next class. So guys, I am going to give you a quick recap before we discuss about the last mean of irrigation. Guys, previously we have talked about in our today's lecture about irrigation through canals. I have shown you the original video as well. And guys, we have also talked about irrigation through wells and tube wells. I have told you that rainwater is collected into the rocks underground, and wells are dug deep into the grounds to get that stored water. And tube wells are the modern forms of the wells. I have shown you the real graphics of the tube well as well. Okay guys, after discussing that, we have talked about dams, that dams are built on rivers to store water. Well guys, I have shown you the real clip of the dams as well. We use the dam water for irrigation purpose as well, and dams are providing large amount of water for irrigation. As I told you that Pakistan is an agricultural country, and agriculture is the backbone of our economy. It's mean we are getting lots of money through irrigation, through agriculture. So guys, today we are going to talk about in our last portion of the lecture about curries. I'm sure about it, many of you hearing this word for the first time. I guess yes, right? Many of you hearing this word for the first time. Well guys, let's talk about it. Guys, Balochistan is a hot and dry province of Pakistan, and there is very little rainfall over there. Guys, canals get dry during the summer season because of the intensive heat. So guys, canals are, you can say that water channel underground. It gives you water, underground water through through any pipeline or through any mean, because we have to store water, we have to preserve water. We don't want want to get it evaporated. Because of intensive heat, all the water through, in the canals get evaporated. And in canals, water is stored underground, and we are using that water for our irrigation purpose. Guys, water is drawn out with the help of, you can say that, Persian wheel as well. The Keras water, you can say that drawn out with the help of Persian wheel. Furthermore, guys, you will get understand this topic in a more better way when I will show you the video clip. So let's watch it together. Well, guys, Keras is an old method of irrigation in which underground water is tapped by a tunnel. Guys, after running for some distance, the tunnel comes out in open and the water conducted to the commanded area. Guys, Keras is an old and stable irrigation system in Pakistan. In this video, you can observe it that they dug a tunnel under the underground, and the water is going through that tunnel towards the cultivated areas. You can see that we have to protect the water from evaporation. Whenever water is going through, in canals, water get evaporated because of the intensive heat. So through this canals, we preserved water from evaporation, and now water is making its way towards the fields. And now this is going to be, you can say, a very cheap method. Grade 3. After discussing, all the important means of irrigation, after watching the Curry's video, let's talk about our last slide. In last slide, we guys are going to talk about some important questions which are, important in exams point of view. Guys, you have to prepare about the definition of, irrigation, and you have to enlist the rivers of Pakistan. You also have to tell us that what are the different means of irrigation in Pakistan. Don't forget to mention about carries. You have to write down a brief note about carries as well, that why we are using this method and how this method is different from canals. Stay tuned, take care of yourself, and do not forget, neki ek ibadat hai. See ya guys, bye bye.